What is going on, Rebels and Reblets? Have you ever wondered what those signs have said in the Pokemon anime? You know, the signs with the really odd text and characters that don't even look remotely intelligible? What if I told you that those characters and text actually did mean something, and they literally translate to English?
Wait! Translate to literal English? You must be on something, right? Like some real dust type stuff.
Yeah, those. In all fairness though, that was an inside joke between me and this crazy Jetson. But yes, jokes aside, the characters that are displayed in the Pokemon anime do translate to English, and can be read pretty easily. Before we get any further than that though, we need to explain the origin of where these strange characters came. In order for us to do that, we have to start from the very beginning, back when the Pokemon anime was first introduced. That means we have to start with the Indigo League, and here to help me explain these origins is none other than Swords Dance.
Sure thing, Mystic. So, in regards to the first generation of the Pokemon anime, there isn't much to talk about. Originally for signs and billboards, the language primarily used was Japanese. This was the case for the earlier seasons. However, when localizing the Pokemon anime abroad in English-speaking countries, they had to alter most of the signs that had Japanese text on it to something else, which had to have been a strenuous task. However, after hours of research, Mystic and I were able to pinpoint a transition in written language, and that happened to be in the third generation of the Pokemon anime, the Advanced Generation. However, with close inspection, the random characters which appeared don't seem to have any real meaning, at least from our understanding. I really think the reason they did this was to make it easier for other countries to localize the show in their home region without altering too much.
The same can also be said about the Diamond and Pearl arc. We found the characters, but we weren't able to get an actual translation. So with all that being said, we can confirm that anything after the Advanced Generation arc has its own unique character set, because literally nothing in the characters translate to Japanese. What we have found though is that in the Black and White arc and all the way to the current Pokemon XYZ series is a key with the characters that actually translate to the Latin alphabet, with each character displaying a letter, A through Z. This can be proven because of a crucial piece of evidence that Swords and I found. Pieces of text within the Pokemon anime were actually decoded with this key.
This is no joke. Credit for the key comes from a Pokemon group at Kyoto University, which thoroughly uncovered this mystery. With this exact key you see on the screen right now, it will aid you in translating any type of text you see throughout the Unova and Kalos regions. And my goodness, is this key effective. Now, you might be asking why there happens to be two versions. Well, they're both different patterns. The left side is pattern A, and the right is pattern B. There happens to be one major rule when deciphering text from the anime, and that is the consistency with the patterns. If you see a letter from pattern A, then all the letters in that sentence will hail from pattern A. This is also the same concept with pattern B.
With all that being said, we have provided some examples to display. This first image translates to AO drink set. We can see this because of the medicines displayed in this screenshot. This next image we have is of a camera, and the symbol seen towards the top can be translated to REC as the abbreviation for record. These are both from the A pattern set of characters. An example from the B pattern set would be in this image here, where it displays different buildings. This top translates to Pokyoka. This next one towards the bottom translates to Zaka, which means general store in Japanese. Finally, the one on the right translates to Panya, which means bakery. Now, since you guys have a general idea of how this key works, we can now get into more detail with actual documents and pieces of evidence that have multiple characters.
For sure, Mystic, we can continue deciphering this code on my channel in further detail, uncovering the untold mysteries of Looker and the Pokemon world as we know it. You guys can go check that out by clicking on this annotation right here.
So I will see you guys on Swords' channel, where we discuss this matter even further. Remember that if you guys enjoyed this video, to be sure to leave a like and share this video with a friend. As always, I've been Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for more Pokemon content.